Hello, I'm Dr. David Avolia from Innovative Pain Performance, here to show you what I recommend for single leg stands. Ideally, I like to have people use a mirror so they can look at the position that they're in, because it's important to train in good form, good technique. You don't want to reinforce the bad things. That's what got you into the problem that you are facing right now, whether it be pain in the foot, knee, hip, lower back. The single leg stand can help with a lot of the lower half of the body, and it's just a good thing to do in general. As we age, we tend to not practice things that we take for granted, like walking and balance. We just like, oh, I always have balance. Well, it is important as we get older, especially in more advanced ages, that we practice the single leg stand and maintain as much balance and proprioception as you can. Because the thing you want to avoid is, losing your balance and falling and breaking a hip, for example. So single leg stand, just always a good thing to always practice and work on. So you can do this with brushing your teeth. You can do this washing hands, waiting for something to heat up on in the microwave, whatever. Lots of opportunities that you can take advantage with the single leg stand. Ideally, when you're starting off, yes, I like the mirror because I'm going to show you why. Because when you stand, and I again, we're very ready, and you want to stand barefoot ideally. You can do it with shoes on, but barefoot is going to be ultimately better in my opinion, because you're going to work on strengthening the foot as well. So what we're going to do is we're going to make sure we're on one of the legs, knees bent. There are people that kind of bring it up like this as kind of a standardized test. I tend to let the knee bend and bring the foot back because I want to look at the hips. I want to look at your pelvis. I want to look at the back. I don't want this. This is meaning there's weakness on this side. And then if we're hiking here, that means you're overcompensating for something in the lower back or in the hip itself. And then we're also looking at the foot. Is your knee buckling in? Are you on the outside of your ankle? Is your foot flattening out? So there's a lot of things that we can see from the single leg stand, especially dealing with lower back, pelvis, hips, knee, and ankle. So all those are kind of connected. So if there's a problem in one area, generally there's a problem in another area, even though it doesn't cause you pain. So single leg stand, level pelvis, wiggling the toes so we're not clawing or clenching the toes. That's another thing that I see a lot of times people do, will try to clench or claw to gain some kind of traction or some kind of stabilization with the toes. Don't do that. We want to stand on what is considered the three pillars of the foot. And if you look at the foot video that I did, I talk a little bit about the three pillars. But going back to the single leg stand, side view, knee bent, standing there. Now, if you're not good at it, make sure you're next to a wall or a countertop. And you can also kind of adjust with the foot. So you can use the wall to kind of give you a little support. You can use the opposite leg. You can kind of tap your toe down if you need to. If you're really that wobbly, if you're really bad, then yes, you want to make sure you don't fall. Don't fight it and fall over. But we want to be able to work our way up to about a minute per side. So we want to be able to stand a single leg stand for a minute on each of the legs. So if you have a worse side, yeah, obviously you want to work on that one, but you don't want to forget the other, okay? There's actually a little bit of a transfer. When you do it on one side, the other side gets a little bit of sensory as well. So work on the single leg stands, they're important. There's ways to make them harder. So if you get good at the single leg stand, let me know, and I can make it harder for you. If there's any questions, again, feel free to call, email, but otherwise, that's a good one for pretty much everybody, even if you don't have hip, lower back, knee, or ankle pain. But it's just a good one to keep practicing, keep part of our routine to make sure we have all our neurological signaling the way we want. All right? Take care and move better.